Paradise moon with salvageable scrap. Let's do it. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky, episode 139, where we are processing materials, most of it being the turning of some of these activated metals into chromatic metals, because we got quite a lot of them from our frigate expedition. And as you can see, we have a lot of other things we want to break down, like we have all this carbon crystal that we can effectively break down, and tetracobalt, chloride lattice, all of this stuff. We don't have the sodium, unfortunately. That would have been nice, as we require some sodium. Yuck. I don't know why we would break down frost crystals into carbon. But we've been sort of exploring with the refineries, or with the refiners here off camera, trying to figure out, yes. Here, we'll keep processing all of our activated metals into chromatic metal, because there really isn't another good use for these activated metals. And then so the question became, well, what do we do with all of this chromatic metal? I mean, we could just sell it. We could, but we're ending up with a lot of it, like a lot of it. And I'm not entirely sure that selling it is going to be the best thing in our interest. And no, I'm not 100% sold on these refiners staying here. For now, they're going to, but they do kind of clobber the view a little bit. But that's okay. This building isn't really where you're supposed to get the view. If you want the view, there's a viewing room that I attached over there on the outside of that building. That's mostly glass anyways. This is the factory. And so here, what we're going to be doing is processing some of these items into things that we need. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some sodium nitrate, because we need a lot more of it, and some condensed carbon, which we should have quite a bit of, and we're going to, oh, that creates dioxide. Interesting. Okay, so then we will get rid of the sodium nitrate then and process regular sodium. Yes, that's what we'll do. At a 1 to 2, sodium nitrate and condensed carbon, or sodium and condensed carbon will make us sodium nitrate, and we need more of that, so let's do that. Second thing we're going to need some of is a little bit of condensed cobalt. Not a ton, but again, we have loads of chromatic metal. Lots, and more on the way. Because a lot of these activated metals can give us way more than just a single stack. And look at this, pretty much all of these refiners are just breaking down chromatic metal. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some of this chromatic metal. We're going to do something sort of fun with it. Not entirely necessary, but again, sort of fun. I'm going to put in some sodium nitrate. How do I change the stack size, right? So we'll just put that in there for now. And then chromatic metal, sodium nitrate, and then we're going to go ahead and put in, what do we have? A lot of condensed carbon. Let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to do antimatter bypass and make ourselves a warp cell for free using all that chromatic metal. Why not? I mean, look at it all. It's coming out of our ears. It really is. That's activated indium is a 1 to 4 chromatic metal exchange rate. We still may end up selling some yet, to be quite frank. But that is part of what I wanted to set up here at the factory, is a way to process materials that normally would take so long. It would be more efficient to do them at other places. And instead, we'll process them here, because why not? We don't really have a reason not to. Oh, did we spend all of our condensed carbon? Well, not really, because we have the carbon crystal, right? So let's go ahead and break down some of that. So if you want to make sure you don't lose 50, you should stand here to empty these out. Look at that. Then we'll go ahead and I think now what we'll do is we'll take the sodium nitrate and we'll break it down into sodium so that we can turn it back into more sodium nitrate. Might have to rethrow some condensed carbon up here, right? And make another antimatter bypass warp cell system. Okay, so now if we come down here, you can see again it's more of the same. Chromatic Metal Your Eyes Out is the name of the game. My goodness. I don't want to spend it all, though. Seems like chromatic metal is useful for a handful of things, not anything we can necessarily just mass produce, aside from a few warp cells here and there. But we're going to quickly find ourselves in a position where we just don't want to deal with any more chromatic metal. So we're going to stash some of it in our trusty Colossus. Let's not walk all the way down there, though. Let's drive it up here. Look at that. Just for now, just to hold on to it. Let's ditch some of this chromatic metal, please. No, not the exosuit. Ugh, we're doing this. We're doing it all wrong. There it goes. Right, and then we come back to our general inventory, right? Yes. Look at that. Activated indium. I'll put that in there. Oxygen, same thing. We need to process all of these materials here. We're starting to very quickly end up with infinite resources. We're starting to swim in the resources that we have here. And that is for sure a good thing. There we go. That's pretty good. We'll move that there. Voila. Looking good, looking sharp. Alright. But actual construction on the base, I think, is going to hold a moment. The factory is looking good, and it is a place to actually conduct lots and lots of manufacturing. My biggest burden that I'm running into at the moment is that I want to start making lots of money, and we need some manufacturing facilities to do that. We need more blueprints. So once we get the next round of chromatic metal going, we're going to go ahead and step out into the world and start hunting for manufacturing facilities. Look at all that chromatic metal. But I think rather than do that here on our home planet... Oh, that one's empty. Good. We'll process another warp cell. Rather than do that here on our home planet, though, we're going to... Oh, can I do that with sodium? I can, but it takes more. That's fine. Go ahead and process it. We're going to go ahead and leave this system. And we're going to search for manufacturing facilities on other systems. Look at that, 57% complete. It is by no means a quick way to get warp cells, but if you have all this chromatic metal and all of these spare large refiners, why not? This sort of brings me glee, having all of these processes where I don't really have to go anywhere to gather materials. I can just sort of use this sci-fi alchemy to get what I want. That brings me a lot of joy. It's one of the things I deeply, deeply like about the game. And we have lots of oxygen. I think we're going to, for now, we're going to stash these things in the Colossus because they are like spare resources, just kind of hanging out. Why wouldn't we, right? Look at that. And we need to get this straightened out. We need our exosuit straightened out in general. But we put all our time and energy sort of in our nanites into the exploration ship. I still think that was the right call. I wouldn't necessarily take it back. However, I have, in case you are wondering, I have indeed uploaded every discovery and obtained every nanite that I can. I did that off camera. And so there are no more free nanites to be had. Do we want to warp to a new system? You know what? Let's just see what's nearby. I can't help it. I have the wanderlust. Let's just see what's nearby. Now, we've explored this star, right? And we've explored this star. So let's just hit the cluster that's near us. So we have a single planet system. And then here we have, ooh, a 5-planet system. It's rowdy, an adequate economy. Or we could continue looking for exotic planets and moons and uncharted systems. Uncharted systems aren't going to have any manufacturing facilities, though, are they? That's a different sort of exploration. I suppose that would be pretty self-critiquing the minute we traveled there. It'd be like, not really what we were looking for. Okay, let's try to get this little area here that's close to us. Have we gone to this system yet? I don't believe we have. It doesn't look like it's been charted. Okay, then we will go to this Gex system. That sounds good. Ah. This is a red and blue nebula with a giant star. This is pretty nifty. What do we have here? Desert planet. Ah, discovered by Phoenix Phonetic. I see the local system is being scanned. I approve. I accept these terms. So let's go see what this desert planet with red water is all about. This is intriguing. Only I want to cut to the other side of the Terminator. Looks like green skies. That's interesting. Red sands and red oceans. With a red nebula. But while the sun is in the sky, it's that teal green sky. Okay, sort of low rolling hills. Some odd rock formations, floating rocks and such, okay. A lot of little cacti, alright. Oh, odd cacti, actually. Those are peculiar looking. Let's find a spot to land, shall we? About right here. Highly variable temperatures. All right, so we'll scan some of the flora here. Get a little bit of money that way. don't really care about the minerals, I guess. I know we should scan everything, but feels like the benefit isn't worth the seconds that it takes. Perhaps I'm just being picky. Long distance migration consumes oxide elements. Okay. Some neat rock formations, sure. But let us get our exocraft here, shall we? Alright. And the signal booster. Nice flat surface to put it on. Sounds good to me. I know we have some navigational data. In case you're wondering why I did not go to the space station first, I'm going to start doing space stations off camera. They've sort of become this monotonous grind of looking for quests and learning languages, and I realize it's more beneficial to do it first before I come down to the planets, but if I do it before I come down to these planets or right before I leave to go to a new system, it ends up being a wash and sort of the same, so I'm not going to sweat it. The manufacturing facility is off-planet. Off-planet? Is that really the case? That there is nothing that beneficial here? I mean, the colors are interesting. It feels alien. It has a beauty to it, but it does not feel inviting. The sunset's nice, though. Look at the sunset. Alright, well, I suppose we'll gather some oxygen, and then we'll go head to the manufacturing facility and stay on task. I know there is a lot of scrutiny for how I get distracted at times. However, I'm always going to stop and smell the roses. And by that I mean take in the sights. That is the main enjoyment I get from this game, actually. But I do understand we need to stay on task and accomplish our objectives. So we're going to try and thread the needle of doing both. And of course, we're going to try and scan creatures to get paid as well, because creatures give good money. You look like you might be a predator. Submissive, eats copyright. No, maybe not. We do need some condensed carbon, though, so let's go ahead and gather that. Yeah, now the red sky comes out. So now in the darkness, the terrain gets all lavender. And the sky gets this magenta with lavender sections of nebula. Look at that. That's the night sky here is pretty interesting, actually. It's crazy how much the feel of this planet can change from day to night. Okay. Enough of that. Let us go. We must stay on task at least somewhat, and we have a manufacturing facility to go find. Right after we get this sodium nitrate. Gotta keep in mind the things you need. It's not a lot, but it'll help. We're already here, we might as well gather it up. Okay, airborne, so we're gonna go see what another planet looks like. There we go, we're gonna slingshot around. Moon of unknown planet. Alright, hold on. This planet was undiscovered. A poisonous planet with activated copper. Ooh. Rather large one, too. And then we're talking about moons, right? This is a moon, or this is a planet here? This is a moon, discovered by Phoenix Phonetics. Paradise moon with salvageable scrap. Let's do it. We'll just assess our discoveries here. 3 planets, 2 moons. Fair enough. Alright, straight in. We're just going to punch right through the atmosphere. Whoa, we have something over here too. Did you see this? Oh, it's a little tiny residence. Okay. And then look at that. Is that another manufacturing facility? You know what? Let's leave that marker over there. Let's see what this is first. It's a depot. And there's scrap on this planet? Oh, look at that night sky. Oh, and the horizon of the planet with the red and the purple. It's pretty neat. Yeah. I can dig it. I can dig it. It's definitely not Earth-like. The trees are somewhat familiar, though. I'm guessing this is more of an operations center. Come on, let me in, let me in. Alright, good deal. Let's see how the... Yes, it is a GEC operations center. Something, something, common something. GEC language, common catalyst. Common blank element, Viking something language. Well, we don't have the catalyst for the GEC language, but I feel like no matter what we do, we're going to get some kind of language. We need all the language, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just insert the ferrite dust. I think we have the most of it. The delighted education blob teaches me some language. The GEC word for eggs. And for Geknip. Orbital as well. We got some Atlas pass doors here. What? Remembrance required. What? Some kind of like mainframe? I can't believe I've been playing this game this long and there's still things that I'm going to see that I've not seen before. How bizarre. Another remembrance terminal. Okay. Wow, I wonder how many other things there are. We have to keep checking these Atlas doors. That's really all there is to it. Okay, so it's an operations center. It's not quite a manufacturing facility. But there's no harm in checking it out. No harm at all. Scan a couple of these plants. Wow, a lot of flora to scan. Alright, that's probably good. Let's head to our manufacturing facility that we have marked on our map. Right over here. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Ah, yes. Also, gather some oxygen. I'm a little disturbed that we did not have any sodium as an option because we've, what, converted it all, perhaps? So I think what we'll do... Ooh. Look at that S-class hauler. 31 plus 4. Eh. No, like, we have the money for it anyways. Goodness. But I don't like not having sodium. We need to make sure we have at least some sodium at all times. Well, that's kind of far away. Are there any other sodium plants close by, please? No, it doesn't appear like it. Okay. Is it the same one again? It is. They're doing circles around me. The Hawk of the Tsunami. Look at that. That's not even our planet, right? But we're just... These two planets are so close together, you can see the ocean on it from here. That's really cool. Okay. Let's break the door open, shall we? Alright, maybe we'll know enough of their language to see what's going on here. High gas pressure, something detected. The outpost is offline. My exosuit's atmospheric toxicity gauge starts to flicker. Figures on the terminal suddenly plunge downwards. There's a leak in the system. We need to vent excess gas. Toxicity level stabilized. The facility is operational. Ah, the organic catalyst. Very good. Very good. And of course that allows us to improve our standing with the Gek. Which, that's another thing we're going to do once we swing to the space station. So we're going to cash in all of our items to the Gek, sort of ad nauseum until our reputation is increased. Okay. Rather than sit here and continue to hunt this planet, although this moon likely has manufacturing facilities all over the place, potentially. So look at this one. That's an observatory. Let's fly over the horizon here. I love these little tropical moons. These things are really neat. That's a beacon. What else? Maybe it's time to go visit the parent planet. Let's see what sort of poisonous planet this is. Whoa, 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 wait a second. Are we not in the sun? That's the moon. Ooh, what is this one? Rotting planet. Alright, that's fine. Let's just make landfall. Figure out where the sun is later. Okay. These are some... They almost look like mountains that form from like cooled volcanic flows. Some kind of shale, maybe, instead? I don't know. Well, let's make landfall and see if we can locate a manufacturing facility here. Although I'm not seeing any planets at all, or any civilization structures actually at all on this planet. Let's go to this low-lying area here. It's like valley. Unknown building. That's just a beacon. Alright, let's land. What are we dealing with here? Acidic deluges. Oh, that was a Venus flytrap. Extreme hazard planet. These always just feel so yucky. Because that's part of that toxicity, huh? I don't imagine a planet with acidic deluges should feel nice. Well, I guess let's go activate the beacon. Why not? And survey says, what'd we find? Minor settlement. Maybe. It's not really that far away. What kind of inventory space are we rocking? I think we'll pick these up. Why not? We're here. Even though they don't sell for that much, they do sell for something. Alright, so what I would like to do is get a scan going. We'll just see if we can find something on this planet or one nearby. A nice manufacturing facility. Oh, there's something there to the southeast, it looks like. Couldn't quite tell what it was. Let's try again. Looking for that manufacturing facility. There we go. Good deal. I accept these terms. Alright, let's pick this up. And also I want to check out my milestones. So we can see we're at 18.3 extreme survival. So we're going to keep track of that and see if that steps up. Because when we died, we didn't die on an extreme planet. So I'm not certain if it's going to reset our timer or not. I believe it does, but I'm pretty sure in order to earn milestone for extreme survival, you have to not die at all. Pretty sure, but we're going to find out. Okay, let's see how everything looks in the light of day. Pretty yucky. Oh, we got some big creatures, though. Okay. Let's see. Shy eats fungal clusters. Yeah, I've got it. Leave it on the screen. Inattentive eats small trees. Ooh, storm crystals. So this planet actually gets pretty extreme to have storm crystals on it. Hold on, there's a large creature over here. Oh, yeah, there is. Whoa. Hopefully it's not aggressive. Docile collects seeds. Let's take a look. Whoa. Okay. That was cool. That was probably reason enough to come to this planet. Hold on. We're going to start doing this more often. We're going to start getting pictures for our thumbnails in a professional way here. Yeah, look at that. Pretty snazzy. Now, if you'll pardon me, I don't necessarily want to fight. I just want a little bit of this dihydrogen over here. Now let's go ahead and break into this manufacturing facility. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to recharge our toxic shield. And then we're going to break down the door here. There we go. Alright, what have we got? Fusion something, 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 radiation, something, something. Okay, not so great. A warning panel shows a power core overwhelmed from the inside. Strange symbols pulse urgently. This is a nuclear system. All bad news. Activate radiation dampening field because it says radiation. That's what we're going with. Hey! The fusion breach is contained. Production returns to normal. Cobalt mirror. Not bad. Sometimes you really just need to know that one critical word in the sentence, and you can educated guess your way to victory. Let's go ahead and save and chart this sector. And then I suppose we'll get out of here. We saw the sight there is to see. The creatures. Oh, like a triceratops with curved horns. And they're, whoa. Explorer of the Stars, A38 plus 12. So this is not a high wealth system. Space H3T, nice. However, what are we looking at? High supply. Is that a rich system? I don't think it is. However, if you're willing to wait for an S-Class, you can get an Explorer that looks like that. It has the two solar panels on either side. That's pretty cool. And it just goes to show you, it doesn't have to be a Korvax system to have a nice Explorer on it. Alright. We saw the cool creature. We got to see the sights here. Let's feed an animal some cobalt. There we go. We did our good deed. It's got this lavender sky during the day. Oh no, it's almost blue at the edges. It's fairly neat. Alright, what is next? What's next for us? The rotting planet. That's our paradise moon. That's the planet we started on. So the other moon is around the planet. Okay, let's go see the other moon. And while we're at it, we're going to look and see if our milestones went up. 18.3, they did not. As I suspected, we will likely have to start our milestone counter over. And I'm undoubtedly going to do that off camera. Because it's unfair. No, because it would be boring to watch. Alright. Unknown moon, it says. What do we got? Undiscovered. Irradiated moon with salvageable scrap. Alright, I accept these terms. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any more time to search for manufacturing facilities, and I want to explore every planet in this system before we wrap up this episode. So we're just going to make landfall and check out the planets, and from now on, as we jump to new systems, that's going to be our MO. We're going to explore every planet in the system and at least get a look at what it feels like, see if we can identify something unique about it, maybe take a thumbnail of something interesting, and then wrap it up. Alright, let's go ahead and slow down. These moons always give you this false sense of feeling like you're on high elevation. But really, this moon doesn't have much to speak of on it at all. It's relatively barren, despite the blue sky. Now, hold on, here's something. It's just an orbital trade station. What do we have there? Unknown building. I accept these terms. We'll go check this out. Watch out. Traveling a little close to the ground there, Thranxes. Oh, the terrain is changing a little bit. Oh, it's a trade station. Alright, well, let's just get out. Let's get credit for having been here. Look at that explorer. Ugh, GROs. That is ugly. Not for me. Not for me. I'm very proud of the one we got. But if you like the one with the solar panels, again, don't forget this system. It's nearby. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't done the coordinates, so I guess you'll just have to come visit me at my home system and then travel to this one. Look at those. Is that considered a mineral? It is. Okay. Well, we'll scan a few plants, I guess. This thing doesn't seem like too much to write home about. It's pretty much just a barren, radioactive desert moon with a blue sky, low rolling terrain, little weird plants. Doesn't seem to be a lot of fauna. It says fauna bountiful. I don't believe it. Alright, let us go ahead and we'll travel to the other planet, the last one. Alright, let's go ahead and get the pulse engine engaged here for a little bit. Alright. That's our desert planet. Nope. Alright, let's blast around this acidic planet. And I believe that's the one we're going for there, the rotting planet. No, that's the Paradise Moon. There we go. The rotting planet. Engage. We're not going to discriminate and leave these toxic planets behind or these radioactive moons, even though they're... I'm hesitant to say they're both my least favorite, because you can only have one least favorite. I would say the toxic planets are probably my least favorite. But I kind of want them to change my mind, you know? Like show me one that's intriguing. We did find that one that had really incredibly high plateaus. It was almost like a whole nother plane of elevation with just steep cliffs on all sides. Those were pretty cool. And you never know when you're going to find a planet that has a manufacturing facility a stone's throw away from the other one, just all over the place, until you get to that planet. Alright, but I do want to see this planet in the sunlight, so let's punch on the day side of the Terminator. This one appears to have a lavender atmosphere again, like the last one. No water on any of these planets. Or no, there was water on the desert planet, that's right. And that was the only one. Ooh, this one's cratered pretty heavily. Okay, alright. This one feels a bit more alive. It's actually got mountains. These mushroom forests are a little dense. What is that? Just some sort of... Okay, yeah, I get it. This planet is rotting because it looks like at one point in time it may have been an actual nice planet with biomes, and now it's full of these craters and mushrooms decomposing everything. Alright, I think we're just going to pick a spot and land if we can't find a building. Alright, here we go. We've got to get out to get credit for discovering it, so put the landers down. Acid rain, low security. These must be minerals. No, that's flora. Okay. The lavender sky. Okay, I'll give it the rings in the terrain make it feel a little bit different than the other one. And the fact that it's not an extreme planet. Anahuac of the Gek, C42 plus 6, B35 plus 5, hauler. Alright, and that's pretty much where we're going to wrap up this episode. 139 of No Man's Sky. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, I've had a good time playing. Be sure to come back next time, as we will do all of our administrative stuff at the local space station, and then we will be traveling immediately to a new system to continue the exploration, and likely this time we're going to be doing the base building closer to the end of the week than the beginning. But until next time, take care.